Hey guys, it's Miss Penguin, your data neighbor. Today, we're going to discuss the critical first step of business analytics, defining the right metrics for your organization. Let's start with a story. Meet Tom, an ambitious data analyst at an e-commerce company, passionate about using business analytics to drive growth. He's eager to make an impact and help his company reach new heights. However, he encounters challenges right from the start due to a lack of aligned metrics across the organization. Tom spends countless hours analyzing data on website traffic, conversion rates, and social media engagement, trying to identify opportunities to increase revenue. Yet, without a clear understanding of how these metrics connect to the company's overarching goals, his efforts seem scattered. Meanwhile, the marketing team focuses on growing their social media following, and the sales team is busy closing deals. Both teams believe their work is contributing to the company's growth, but it's impossible to quantify their impact without aligned metrics. In the absence of a clear, unified focus, Tom's enthusiasm for leveraging business analytics to create positive change is dampened. He finds himself struggling to identify the most effective strategies for increasing revenue and spending time on analyses that don't lead to actionable insights. This results in frustration, wasted resources, and stalled progress toward the organization's primary goal. If only aligned metrics had been defined from the start, Tom could have focused on the most impactful areas and collaborated more effectively with other teams to drive growth. As we've seen in Tom's story, many organizations face similar issues when starting with business analytics. Some common problems include misaligned priorities. Different teams may focus on various objectives, making it challenging to work towards a unified goal. Without aligned metrics, it's difficult to identify and prioritize the most important initiatives that contribute to the organization's success. Inefficient use of data. When metrics are not aligned, data analysts may spend time analyzing unrelated data points, hoping to find valuable insights. This inefficient use of data can lead to frustration and wasted resources, as analysts struggle to identify trends and patterns that drive meaningful impact. Difficulty in measuring progress. Without a clear set of aligned metrics, it's tough to measure and track the organization's progress accurately. This can make it challenging to assess the effectiveness of different initiatives and make data-driven decisions to guide the company's growth. Understanding and addressing these common challenges is the first step towards harnessing the full potential of business analytics in your organization. Now that we've discussed the common problems faced when starting with business analytics, let's explore why defining aligned metrics is so crucial for success. Why metrics are important. Aligned metrics enable organizations to focus on what truly matters, fostering collaboration and allowing for accurate progress tracking. With a clear set of metrics, teams can work together towards a common goal, and data analysts can concentrate on the most impactful areas to drive growth. How you may fail without metric alignment. Company A, an online retailer, didn't have a clear set of metrics to measure the success of its marketing campaigns. As a result, they poured resources into various marketing channels without understanding which ones were most effective in driving sales. Eventually, Company A faced financial difficulties and had to downsize its operations. Company B, a software startup, lacked aligned metrics to track its product development progress. The development team worked on numerous features without a clear understanding of their impact on user satisfaction or revenue. Over time, the product became bloated and difficult to maintain, ultimately leading to the startup's failure. By defining and aligning metrics across the organization, you can avoid these pitfalls and set your company up for long-term success. The right metrics ensure that everyone is working towards the same goals, making it easier to identify opportunities and drive growth through data-driven decision-making. Now that we understand the importance of defining metrics, let's look at a step-by-step approach to help your organization align on the right metrics. 1. Identify your organization's North Star metric. Determine the key metric that best reflects your organization's overall success and aligns with its mission and strategy. 2. Create a metric tree by breaking down the North Star metric into related metrics. Identify the sub-metrics that contribute to the North Star metric and establish clear connections between them. 3. Establish the RACI framework and team-specific metrics. Clarify roles and responsibilities, and assign team-specific metrics that align with the overall business goals. 4. Set up goals and targets to foster a data-driven culture. Establish measurable objectives for each metric, motivating teams to work towards common goals and drive improvement. 5. Create a performance dashboard. Develop a centralized dashboard that visualizes key metrics, enabling data-driven decision-making and effective tracking of progress. 6. Regularly review metrics and collaborate with teams. Continuously monitor metrics, share insights, and collaborate with teams to optimize strategies and drive growth. Let's dive into the details of each step, focusing on your responsibilities, tasks, and resources. 1. Identifying your organization's North Star metric. As a data analyst, you'll need to work closely with stakeholders to understand the company's mission and goals. Analyze historical data, identify trends, and propose potential North Star metrics. You'll need to prepare a presentation to discuss these metrics, highlighting their relevance and impact on the business. Collaborate with management, stakeholders, and cross-functional teams to ensure buy-in on the chosen North Star metric. Remember, you'll need management's guidance to align on the organization's mission and goals and stakeholders' input to validate the proposed North Star metric. 2. Creating a metric tree. Your next task is to break down the North Star metric into related sub-metrics, map their relationships and dependencies, and identify the metrics most relevant to each team. Develop a metric tree diagram or spreadsheet outlining the hierarchy and relationships between metrics. Share the metric tree with cross-functional teams, making sure everyone understands the connections and how their work contributes to the overall goal. Encourage open communication and collaboration, and be prepared to make adjustments as needed based on feedback. 3. Establishing the RACI framework and team-specific metrics. In this step, you'll need to clarify roles and responsibilities for everyone involved in the metric tracking process. Assigned team-specific metrics that align with the overall business goals. Work on creating a RACI matrix that clearly outlines who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed for each metric. Communicate this matrix to all relevant teams and ensure everyone understands their roles. Seek management's support in enforcing accountability and providing necessary resources to help teams achieve their goals. 4. Setting up goals and targets to foster a data-driven culture. As a data analyst, you'll play an essential role in establishing measurable objectives for each metric. Work with team leads and management to set realistic targets that motivate teams to work towards common goals and drive improvement. Document these goals and targets, and communicate them to all relevant teams. It's important to have management's support in reinforcing the importance of these goals and encouraging a data-driven culture. 5. Creating a performance dashboard. Your next task is to develop a centralized dashboard that visualizes key metrics, enabling data-driven decision-making and effective tracking of progress. Collaborate with teams to understand their reporting needs and design the dashboard accordingly. You might need to use visualization tools like Tableau or Power BI to create an intuitive and user-friendly dashboard. Ensure that the dashboard is accessible to all relevant stakeholders and provide training or guidance as needed. Management should support you in promoting the adoption of the dashboard and encouraging data-driven decision-making. 6. Regularly reviewing metrics and collaborating with teams. Finally, as a data analyst, it's essential to continuously monitor metrics, share insights, and collaborate with teams to optimize strategies and drive growth. Schedule regular meetings with stakeholders to discuss metric performance, address any concerns, and identify opportunities for improvement. Keep management informed of any significant trends or issues and seek their guidance in resolving challenges. Foster a collaborative environment where teams feel comfortable sharing ideas and feedback, ultimately driving success through data-driven decision-making. Now let's imagine how Tom's company might look after successfully implementing and aligning their metrics. By following the steps we've discussed, the company has created a clear North Star metric that resonates with everyone. Each team now has specific metrics that contribute to the overall goal, and they understand their roles and responsibilities through the RACI framework. With well-defined goals and targets in place, teams are motivated to work towards common objectives, fostering a data-driven culture. The performance dashboard has become an essential tool for decision-making, allowing teams to track their progress and optimize their strategies based on data-driven insights. Regular metric reviews and collaboration between teams have encouraged open communication and continuous improvement. Management is actively involved in supporting the data-driven culture, providing resources and guidance to resolve challenges and seize opportunities. As a result of these efforts, Tom's company has seen a significant improvement in their business performance. Teams are working more efficiently, making better decisions based on data, and achieving their goals. The company's revenue has grown, and the organization as a whole is more agile and competitive in the market. In this new scenario, Tom, the data analyst, can truly leverage the power of business analytics to make a positive impact on the company's performance. However, it's important to note that you may still face potential challenges when executing these steps, especially depending on the data maturity level of their organization. Let's explore some of the challenges faced by data analysts in both low and high data maturity companies. For low data maturity companies, 1. Limited data literacy. Data analysts may struggle to get buy-in from stakeholders who aren't familiar with data-driven decision-making. For example, some team members might resist adopting the performance dashboard due to a lack of understanding of its value or fear of change. 2. Poor data quality. Inaccurate or incomplete data can hinder the definition of meaningful metrics and impact the effectiveness of the performance dashboard. For instance, a data analyst might face difficulties in identifying the right North Star metric if the historical data is unreliable. 3. Inadequate technology. Companies with low data maturity might not have the necessary tools or infrastructure to support the creation of an effective performance dashboard. Data analysts could struggle to access and analyze data efficiently or encounter compatibility issues between systems. For high data maturity companies, 1. Overemphasis on data. Data analysts in high data maturity companies might face challenges when trying to find a balance between data-driven decision-making and the human element of intuition and experience. For example, some stakeholders might rely too heavily on data and ignore valuable input from team members with years of industry experience. 2. Overcomplexity of metrics. With more data available, there's a risk of creating overly complex metric trees that might be hard to understand and act upon. Data analysts need to ensure that the defined metrics remain actionable and relevant to the company's goals. 3. Resistance to change existing metrics. In high data maturity companies, existing metrics and processes may be well established, making it challenging for data analysts to propose changes or introduce new metrics. For example, a data analyst might face resistance from teams that have been tracking a specific metric for years and are hesitant to adopt a new approach. By being aware of these challenges and anticipating potential issues, data analysts can be better prepared to address them and ensure a smooth implementation of the metric alignment process. To solve those problems, you can bring the formation of Data Committee into your proposal. Data Committee can be instrumental in overcoming the challenges we've just discussed and facilitating metric alignment across the organization. Let's explore how setting up a data committee can help. 1. Facilitating change management. The data committee can play a crucial role in driving the adoption of new metrics and processes across the organization. By involving key stakeholders and addressing their concerns, they can help smooth the transition to a new metric alignment plan. 2. Ensuring data quality. The data committee can establish data governance policies and processes to maintain the accuracy, consistency, and completeness of the data. This ensures that data analysts have reliable data to work with when defining metrics and creating performance dashboards. 3. Improving data literacy. The data committee can work on developing training programs and educational resources to enhance data literacy within the organization. By doing so, they help stakeholders better understand the value of data-driven decision-making, reducing resistance, and fostering a data-driven culture. 4. Guiding technology investments. The data committee can identify the technology needs of the organization and guide investments in the right tools and infrastructure. This ensures that data analysts have the necessary resources to access, analyze, and visualize data effectively. 5. Balancing data and human insights. By bringing together representatives from different teams and departments, the data committee can ensure a balanced approach to decision-making, taking into account both data-driven insights and valuable human experiences. 6. Simplifying and refining metrics. The data committee can periodically review the defined metrics to ensure they remain actionable, relevant, and aligned with the organization's goals. This helps prevent the overcomplexity of metrics and keeps the focus on what truly matters. We'll be creating a separate series of videos dedicated to data governance and the ins and outs of establishing and managing a data committee. Now let me introduce you to another concept that can help your metric alignment: data as a product. When we treat data as a product, we shift our mindset and approach towards data management, prioritizing user needs, data quality, and data lifecycle management. This approach helps organizations to better understand how data can solve problems, make informed decisions, and create value. Here's how the data as a product concept can help improve metric alignment and business analytics success. 1. Focus on user needs. Treating data as a product encourages us to consider the needs of internal and external data users, ensuring that the metrics we define are directly related to the problems they're trying to solve. This helps align metrics across the organization and makes them more relevant and actionable. 2. Emphasize data quality. A product mindset prioritizes delivering a high-quality experience, which means maintaining accurate, consistent, and up-to-date data. This ensures that the metrics we use are based on reliable information, leading to more accurate and effective decision-making. 3. Streamline data lifecycle management. Just like any other product, data has a life cycle that includes creation, storage, processing, and consumption. By treating data as a product, we can optimize each stage of the data life cycle, ensuring that the right metrics are available when needed and that they're easy to access, analyze, and visualize. 4. Foster collaboration and communication. A data product mindset encourages cross-functional collaboration and communication, breaking down data silos and promoting the sharing of insights across teams. This helps align metrics, ensures a consistent understanding of organizational goals, and fosters a data-driven culture. 5. Encourage innovation and experimentation. When we see data as a product, we're more likely to innovate and experiment with new ideas and approaches. This can lead to the discovery of new metrics and insights that drive better decision-making and contribute to the success of business analytics initiatives. By adopting the data as a product mindset, organizations can further improve metric alignment, encourage collaboration, and drive business analytics success, making it a valuable concept to explore. We'll be diving deeper into this exciting and innovative approach in a separate video series. In conclusion, defining the right metrics for your organization is the essential first step in successful business analytics. We've learned that common problems like misaligned priorities, inefficient data use, and difficulty in measuring progress can arise without a clear metric system in place. By following the 6 key steps we've outlined, you can better define and align your organization's metrics, setting a strong foundation for data-driven decision-making. Remember to consider the potential challenges faced by data analysts in companies with varying levels of data maturity, and explore the potential benefits of establishing a data committee or embracing the data as a product mindset to overcome those challenges. With aligned metrics in place, organizations can experience improved performance, better collaboration, and a clearer path towards achieving their goals. As we move forward in this course, we'll be diving into the next step, creating a performance dashboard to effectively visualize and monitor your organization's progress. Stay tuned, and thank you for joining me in this lesson. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content. Hit the notification bell too, so you don't miss out on anything. Do you have any questions or comments about business analytics? Share your thoughts down below and let's continue this conversation. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.